say our name, say the agency we're with, and how about we go with what we're looking forward to in the new year, 2026. So I'm Nikki DeLong. I am with Olive Crest. I am the YAC chair. And in 2026, I'm just looking forward to trying to get myself organized and focused because I just feel like I was all harebrained and running willy-nilly there for a while. So I will popcorn over to Greg.
Good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Greg Snow. I am the vice chair of this committee. I'm with California Family Life Center, and I'm very happy to be here with all of you. And I can send it over to, let's see, how about Clarice?
Hi everyone, my name is Clarice Bonda. I'm the Administrative Services Assistant and Youth Action Board Coordinator, and something I'm looking forward to is getting this week over with school and everything and your responsibilities. But I'll pass it over to Grisham.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Grisham Midon here. I am the Homeless Youth Coordinator and Program Manager for ESG. Pleasure to be here with Riverside County Office of Homeless Services as well. One thing that I am looking forward to for this year is just living like a better and healthy lifestyle. My wife and I, we've been pretty consistent with going to the gym, but I think what doesn't make it any better is that we get out of the gym and we look around. There's like an In-N-Out, there's like the Kava, there's like all these really good food spots. So it's getting tough. But we've been pretty consistent. So I'm just looking forward to that. Cutting back on sugar and just losing a few pounds. So with that said, I will go ahead and pass it on over to Caroline. Sorry, Caroline, can you hear me? Okay, we'll go on over to Michelle Gracia then.
Good morning. Michelle Gracia, Aspirant Transitional Housing. I think one of the things I need to focus more on, I'm constantly taking care of everyone else, as we all do in this field. I need to start focusing more on taking better care of myself, I think. And also I look forward to, providing the best possible service that we can for our clients. I will then pass it over to Caroline. Maybe her mic is working now.
She might be having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I just saw she popped out of the meeting, so I'm going to guess she's going to pop back in. So, Rainbow, do you want to go next?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rainbow. I'm from Operation Safe House. I think I'm looking forward to spending time with my babies and making memories with them. So yeah, I will pass it over to Teresa.
Hi, everyone. Teresa Ruiz with the Public Defender's Office Spark Unit, social service practitioner, Southwest Region. I missed the question. I'm sorry. I had to log in through my phone just because I'm not getting stable connection on my computer.
You're good. We're just like, what are you looking forward to in the upcoming 2026?
Oh, that's a loaded question. More
Hey, we can put a twist on what you're looking forward and leaving behind from 2025 if you'd rather.
Well, I have a 8-month-old niece, so spending more quality time with her and being around her and just watching her grow has been something that I've truly been enjoying the past 8 months, and I want to continue just cherishing and sitting in those moments with my family is what I'm treasuring right now. Good to see everyone. And I'll popcorn it over to, let me see who is on here. Lucy, did you go yet?
Not yet. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, of course.
Lucy Busto, Social Service Planner for the Coordinated Entry System of Riverside County. And I am looking forward to, I have an upcoming trip to Yosemite in March, so I'll be doing that. I will popcorn it over to Mr. Let's see. Oh no, June, you went already, huh? Did you go already?
I haven't gone yet.
No, okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jun Zhang. I provide administrative support to the coordinate entry system. The thing I'm looking most forward to is meeting more people in person. I had a lot of fun at the YHTP mixer where I've met a lot of people on this call. I never get to leave my desk and my office is a mess. I don't enjoy any reason I can leave. And I drove to Paris, California last week, and I saw California Family Life Center, the sign on the freeway. I was like, wait, I recognize that agency. So that was a nice thing to see. So that's what I'm looking forward to this year. I will pass it off to Rosalind from ESS.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rosalind. I'm with Equitable Social Solutions. I'm the Housing Navigator. And for 2026, I think I just want to slow down a little bit and enjoy like everything. Just simply, I think I'm just on a fast pace all the time. And sometimes I'm just like, wait, maybe I could have slowed down a little bit, enjoy the moment or the situation, scenario, etc. So just slow down a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and popcorn to, let's see. It's hard to see the names here. Gustavo, did you go already?
I have not
No?
gone. Oh, hi.
Okay, perfect.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gustavo. This is my first time here. I'm from a nonprofit called RPYA. We focus on supporting youth in the IE, historically LGBTQ, but we support all youth. Yeah, and what I'm looking forward to is I'm actually getting married in December, so happy about that. So
Congratulations.
thank y'all.
Okay, and we can go ahead and go to Rudy.
Good morning, Rudy Vesikoff, president of Moreno Valley College. Happy to be here. I'm on month 7, and I guess in the spirit of that, I'm looking forward to continuing to getting to know more people in the community, including all of you. And I don't know how many kernels are still not as yet popped, but I did see somebody log on with a phone number instead of a name, so why don't we go to them?
And they logged off, but that's okay. I'm tracking it, Rudy. We do have Angela.
Hi, everyone. I'm Angela, and I'm the new senior program director in Martha's Village and Kitchen. So I'm new to the position, and I'm very excited to learn everything about these meetings and about more programs. And I think something that I'm looking forward to this year is learning and also enjoying. And I think feeling proud of my accomplishments, because I tend to, like one of you said, just go and go and go and go and not take the time to, okay, I'm happy that I got to this point. I think that's something that I'm looking forward to. And is there still someone that hasn't gone?
We do. We are getting to the last few, so I can go ahead and help out because I know this is where it gets confusing. Yes. Caroline, are you back up and going?
I am. Thank you.
Perfect.
So I gather the question is, what are we looking forward to this year?
Yes.
Well, personally, I'm looking forward to my son transferring to a university and my daughter turning 18. We plan to have a big celebration. My husband's Filipino, so we plan to have a big debut for her. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to, and definitely interacting with everybody in the community and learning more about all the ever-changing housing options.
Okay, Tori. Are you able to introduce yourself, Tori? Okay, we can go to Tyler. How about Joshua?
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
My name is Joshua Squires. I'm the founder of Restoration Transitional Supportive Housing Program. And this is my, I believe it's 10th meeting with the Continuum of Care. So I'm just introducing myself.
Welcome. We appreciate you joining us. Terry, are you wanting to unmute and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Terry Stevens, and I'm a YAC member.
Morning.
A YAB member, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Good morning, Terry. And Stephen?
Good morning. My name is Stefan McPeace. I'm the Assistant Superintendent at the Riverside County Office of Education. And it's been quite some time since I've been in a CLC meeting and or youth committee meeting. I used to do homeless programming for the county office pre-pandemic. So this popped up on my calendar today and I saw the agenda and I said, you know what, I need to revisit, but also looking forward to trying to be sure that our office remains or gets back involved heavily in this particular committee. So that's what I'm looking forward to this year.
Well, thank you. We do welcome you back. And then Benita? Okay, and then we just had Tyler log back in. Does he want to introduce himself?
Hi, my name's Tyler. I'm a YAB member.
Morning, Tyler.
My internet was tripping earlier. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Some days are better than others. I hear that. So thank you everyone for attending. Just as a reminder, please put your name and organization in the chat. That is how we keep attendance. So that's kind of, if you could please do that, that'd be appreciative. So the next step on the agenda is to see if there was any public comments. Clarice, did you receive anything for public comments?
I did not receive anything, but if anyone wants to put it in the chat.
And as a reminder, we do have availability at the end for agency updates, but if there's any public comments, please feel free to either raise your hand or just open up and feel free.
I just want to share something with you guys. I'm sure everybody on here is very familiar with Ramon Ramos. Last week we got to have an all company, a little over 100 of us here in our big room meeting, and Ramon came in and taught us about trauma and about just all the things that get thrown at us in life, and how we can overcome. I just kind of wanted to share with everybody, if you've ever listened to Ramon or have not had the opportunity to, and you do get something that pops up on your radar with him, he's a dynamic individual and he is there to uplift, inspire, and encourage each and every one of us. This is a new year. I didn't get to share that at the beginning, but I just wanted to kind of put it out there. A fantastic individual. And if you really want to get yourself refocused and regrounded, he's a really good guy to get that, to help you get there, along with a lot of other things. Ramon is just a really dynamic individual. So I just wanted to put that out there for him.
Okay, thank you. And then we will jump on to the old business, which I believe Gershom was going to cover this for Mar for the YHDP updates.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. As Nikki mentioned, I will be covering updates for Mario, who is not on for today. But just to quickly go into it, there aren't any major updates on YHDP other than all of our housing projects are up and running. So with that said, we just want to remind everyone, especially those who work with youth and who have access to the HMIS system, we just want to make sure that we're reminding you folks that all referrals made to our YCP housing projects are going through CES. CES will then, make those referrals out to the housing agencies under YCP. So we do have a total of 5 housing projects. Just for some of you who are new to the space, we have 2 that are providing, we have one that's providing transitional housing, one that's providing permanent supportive housing, and the others are rapid rehousing and the joint transitional housing / rapid rehousing components. And then on top of that, we do have 2 additional projects that serve as supportive services only projects. So those are at our drop-in centers, one of them located in Moreno Valley and the other out in La Quinta. So again, just to kind of briefly go over, like the components. So we do have a rapid rehousing model, which basically provides some short-term rental assistance and services to make sure that both the youth and or families are that are experiencing homelessness are being moved into permanent housing. And some of the goals that we have, within those programs are just, reducing the length of homelessness and supporting them in achieving housing stability independently. And again, the assistance that is provided through those programs are case management as well as, rental subsidies and security deposits and, moving costs, among other supportive services as well. And then we have our joint transitional housing / rapid rehousing, which basically is just a mix, if you will, of the transitional housing with the rapid rehousing component to provide that pathway from temporary shelter to independent housing. And again, the overall goal for that is just to stabilize a youth and families and prepare them for independent living through support. Excuse me. And again, some of the assistance that is provided through that, as well as intensive case management, rapid rehousing, rental subsidies, and temporary housing in the transitional setting that is usually good for up to 24 months. And then lastly, we do have our permanent supportive housing project, which basically provides long-term housing paired with supportive services for individuals that are experiencing chronic homelessness or other significant barriers such as like disabilities and other chronic health issues. And we do want to emphasize that for anyone making referrals for this specific project, we just want to make sure that verified disability is included in the participant's HMIS profile prior to reaching out to the coordinated entry system folks. And again, the assistance that is provided through these or through this model is the long-term rental subsidies. There is no fixed end date, just as long as the participant, is meeting the program requirements. They will also be receiving, the ongoing case management and supportive services, where they can be connected to, healthcare, mental health, and like substance use and even employment support. And again, overall, the program goal is just to provide that stable and permanent housing with, the wraparound services as well. And then if you do have any youth, that you are working with, you guys are always more than welcome to refer them to our drop-in centers as mentioned. I can drop their information in the chat, or I don't know, Clarice, if you can help me out. But again, the agency operating out in Moreno Valley, they are silence allowed, but their actual facility is called the Bridge Wellness Center. So you often hear those 2 names, tied together, and we want to avoid any confusion. So Silence Allowed is the agency that is operating the Bridge Wellness Center facility in Moreno Valley. And then the folks out in La Quinta are being operated by the REHS team. And again, that is the Desert Flow Tay Drop-in Center on La Quinta. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you guys are more than welcome to reach out to myself. I can drop my information in the chat, or you guys can also reach out to our COC Youth inbox as well. And then one last thing before I do forget, so we do have our designated CFLC center out in Hemet, who have also been supporting with doing the intake and assessment process for the youth. So we do have 2 career navigators that are out there who can import the youth information into the HMI system and get them connected to housing as well. But this is only at the CFLC center out in Hemet. So hopefully we can get that same access across all YLCs in the near future. But as for now, it is the CFLC Empower Youth Center out in Hemet. So I do see Michelle's hand is up. Michelle.
I was just wondering, I haven't been, I've missed the last couple of meetings. I don't know if there's a one-sheeter that you have, like a flyer that kind of lists the housing type and where it's located that we could just have as a cheat sheet.
Yeah,
because all the information you gave was really amazing. I just think that it would be helpful for us to see like it on one sheet and who we should contact.
Definitely, yeah. I can provide that for you after the meeting, Michelle, and I will also drop it in our Google Drive that's linked to this meeting invite for everyone to be able to download it if needed as well. Rainbow?
I know you hate to see me coming, Gershom, but hello.
No, I
don't. So, question, I know I've asked it, I'm going to ask it again. So, what is the turnaround time once we submit them to CES, right? And we request a home connection for the YHDP program. Once their VI SPDAT and all that is done, even if, let's say, for example, Path of Life isn't taking anybody, is it still going to show up in HMIS that client was referred?
Yeah, so it'll show up, as like the referral is like pending. You can see like in their like referrals tab, and then I'll tag on to June too, just to kind of further explain that as well. But for instance, if you do refer a youth and like let's say like you mentioned, Path of Life doesn't have any vacancies or any of our other housing projects. Yes, you can still see that under like the services that the youth, or not services but history, I believe, or program. I forget. So sorry, June. But yeah, I think it's either the program or the history. You'll see that the client does have like an open referral to the agency that they were referred to, and that'll usually stay on there up until the youth is enrolled into the program successfully. Or you'll see, like the denied indication as well. But yeah, and then to answer your first question, like the turnaround time, usually I want to say it's between like 1 to 2 weeks, maybe sooner than that, depending on like the vacancies, depending on how many units are opening up. I don't know, June, I don't know, or Lucy, I don't know if you guys want to come off mute and kind of speak to that or add anything that I may have missed.
Lucy, do you want me to take this one?
Yes, please. Someone's in my office.
Okay, no problem. So when we talk about referrals, it gets very tricky because for CES, it's a very specific tool that we use. So we can kind of designate, a warm handoff or a recommendation. Let's say, for example, I come across a member who's in this city, and I know that an agency has a street outreach program there. I can go into HMIS and refer someone to street outreach, to a shelter, services only, and access center, and that's the way that feature is meant to be used. Unfortunately for housing though, that feature should not be used, and we're working with HMIS to remove that component because it creates some confusion for the housing provider as well. So so please do not use the make a referral feature in HMIS for rapid rehousing or permanent supportive housing. Those referrals are going to be sent by coordinate entry system because we make sure that all the members that are sent are fully eligible, and we send that to the housing provider. So because we use the term referral to mean like warm handoff or recommendation or hey, go and check out this, which is perfectly fine for street outreach and services. But for rapid rehousing, what you want to make sure is that you have the correct enrollments within CES, any kind of VI Expedite uploads, all of those things. And when vacancies are presented to CES, we choose from the TAY queue, for example, and then who on the queue has all their documents, who has the highest vulnerability, and then those are sent. So the turnaround time is hard to say because if there's no vacancies provided by the housing agencies, then the turnaround time obviously would reflect that. And then the turnaround time for street outreach and things like that, that would be dependent on how quickly, for example, you mentioned Path of Life, how quickly that provider can respond to that vacancy. It's a hard question to answer. There's a lot of ifs and thens in a lot of different situations, but I'm happy to elaborate more on this meeting or on an email. It's a pretty complex system, unfortunately, but we're always here to support and to clarify.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. It was just for the sole purpose of, for our shelter beds at Mainstay, we have 2 for specific YHDP. And so we can't technically take them in unless a referral is shown to a YHDP project. And so we just want to make sure that the youth is getting service as soon as possible rather than, having to, but that's something that we could talk about offline, I'm sure.
Certainly. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and then Rainbow, just for the record too, because I know there was a bit of a mix-up last week, some confusion going around. So yeah, so those YGP beds that are for Operation Safe House, a referral won't be required in order to use those emergency shelter beds. Yeah. So, but you are right though. I'm assuming that is the policy that you guys adopted, right? That there must be like a referral made to a YCP housing project in order for them to take that emergency bed. Okay, great. I'm seeing you're not. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And then just as a reminder too for everybody, we do have some youth funding that is set aside. That is flexible. It is classified as operations and supportive services. So we can definitely utilize these funds to provide emergency housing, whether that be through a motel or a hotel, or we can even, cover other costs. Like I said, they are flexible. So really, they are available. There's no limit really tied to any agency. They're just on a, first come, first served basis. So if you are interested in, utilizing these funds for a youth that you may be serving, you are more than welcome to reach out to myself. I guess, it's a good and a bad thing that there are no vacancies for YGP, right? But, we want to make sure that, we're reaching every youth, as many as possible and getting them into, interim shelter until, they can be successfully placed into YHCP. So again, feel free to reach out to myself if you are interested. I'll drop my information down below. But other than that, I will pass it back over to Nikki.
Okay. Thank you, Gershom. So the next item on our agenda is the most painful item of our meetings. We're looking for an approval of the November minutes. We skipped December. We ended up canceling that just because there was so many things going on between a lot of us, and we knew a lot of you partnering organizations as well. So we do ask for we just need somebody to either type in the chat, come off mute, and we need somebody to approve the minutes for the November meeting as they are presented.
Nikki, it's Rainbow. I make the motion to approve.
Thank you, Rainbow. And then we just need a second for that motion.
This is June Zhang from CS. I second the motion.
Thank you, June. I think we did that in almost record time. So thank you, everyone. If everyone is in consent, great. If there's anybody that objects, please feel free to raise your hand or put it in the chat. I will keep an eye on that just in case somebody does object to that motion, those motions. And the next thing we will move on to is discussing our new business, which is going to be, we're going to have our next in-person meeting here in February. It will be located at Moreno Valley College. So that is on the 26th, same time frames. We'll get to like hear about their program, stuff like that for those that have been gone for a while or are new. So hi, Gustavo. Glad you joined us. This one will not only just be an in-person option, there will still be the link that if you are unable to attend in person, you'll be able to do the virtual as well. And we're going to throw in several trainings in there. We've got some listings for that. So we hope to see you all there. They're going to like figure out their parking and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for the instructions for that meeting. The next item that we have is our agency bed availability. At this time, we do have the opportunity for everybody to kind of like who has beds to share their capacity. I kind of like help out with the extended foster care, the transitional housing program. So what I'm going to do is I'm copying the link and I am putting it in the chat. This is the Google Doc that every extended foster care provider can update their vacancy themselves so that we see where there's vacancies for extended foster care throughout every contracted provider with Riverside County. So, I mean, they can go to San Diego area. This will tell you where they're at, their restrictions, stuff like that. The second tab even has the THP plus providers. The third tab has the information for the YHDP housing navigators. And I just mentioned with Gershom, the fourth tab is we're gonna start creating that for the VSPDAT providers so that everybody can try to get these youth to a VSPDAT spot at the youth's convenience so that it's good for them. So that will be coming. So if there's any other suggestions to expand that, let me know. Other than that, I know Michelle's on. Michelle, did you want to share your vacancy?
Sure. Thank you, Nikki. So currently I do have a female vacancy and I'm with the NMD program, so 18 to 21, a female vacancy in Menifee. And I'm currently interviewing for February, March, and April placements. And I will be having 2 female vacancies and 2 male vacancies in Riverside very soon. So that's what I have right now. But the female vacancy in Menifee is available now.
Okay, thank you. Rainbow, did you have any bed availability to share?
Yes. So we have a couple of emergency beds. We have 1 female bed and 1 female YHDP bed at Mainstay. And then for TLP, we have 1 female bed in Riverside and 2 beds that are either male or female. And then in the desert, we have 5 openings, male or female.
Okay, thank you. Those desert openings, Rainbow, are those for your Harrison house or for the FYI? Or can they go either way?
Harrison house, either way, yeah.
Perfect. And Caroline?
Yes, I just wanted to share that Oak Grove Sanctuary in Palm Springs has 2 openings for non-minor dependents, male or female. They specialize in LGBTQIA population.
Perfect. I think I'm going to have those filled shortly. Is there anybody else that has bed available? Oh, June. Yes, please.
Hello. So CES has been made aware of 2 referral opportunities. Both are for Tay. The first one is going to be a female bed in a shared living in Moreno Valley. That's going to be provided by Sigma Beta Xi. Hopefully they don't mind I'm announcing it on their behalf, but the most previous knowledge was there's still 1 vacancy available. And then I have referral opportunities for the Aspire, which is in downtown Riverside. This is a PSH referral at a housing authority unit. This is for TAs with chronic disabilities. Well, both are PSH, so both require chronic disabilities, and they will be CES referrals. So if there's any case managers here on this call with members who are scoring 8 or above on the VISPADAT and have a documented chronic disability, as well as the basic CS requirements for referrals, definitely go ahead and send me an email and we can put them on the interest list for those 2 projects. I'll put my email address into the chat shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, June. Is there anyone else who has bed availabilities that they would be willing to share at this time? Okay, sounds good. So I think at that point, we will jump on to the next item on our agenda, which is, YAB updates. So this is the important part. This is why we're all here. So take it away, Clarice.
Hi everyone. So currently we are in the process of restructuring our youth action board, and we're working with our youth TA and our supervisors. That's the first part. And then the second part is that we are going to be sending 3 of our youth to another conference. It's going to be in Washington, D.C. It's going to be in March 11th through the 13th, and we're really excited. And that's all the updates I have. Thank you, Nikki.
Welcome. Thank you. So this Washington trip is great. I'm not sure who else getting to go, but I hope they're willing to share when they come back about that opportunity. That would be amazing to hear. And the next item is June to see about CES, Coordinated Entry System, updates.
Lucy, did you want to go ahead and present?
Yeah, I think we sent in 2 different things. So I'll go ahead and do this one. So I'll be providing the data for the youth for the month of December. So for the month of December, we had 66 youth on the queue, with 12 of them being connected to housing opportunities through the coordinated entry system. And currently we have about 22 scoring rapid rehousing and 44 scoring PSH on the queue. And that's all I have. Thank you. June, were you also sharing something, or with mine? It's fine.
No, I just wanted to inform everyone about those CS opportunities. So I've got my announcements out. I'm all set.
Got it. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. It's back to Nikki, I believe.
Okay, at this point, we get to pass everything over to the Vice Chair, Greg.
Well, hello again. Next item on our agenda is a call for any items on our next meeting. If there's anybody here or online, if you wanted to submit anything for our next agenda, which will be at our February meeting at Moreno Valley College. That'll be a hybrid live meeting. Please feel free to share. If not, I'm sorry.
Sorry. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and just add a few things here. So I kind of just wanted to, now that we have our youth partners all in one room, kind of just ask, what are some, topics that you would like to see, presented, or even like trainings presented throughout this year. I know that, at the beginning of the formation of this committee, it primarily focused on advising on the YHGP application. So with that said, I know that, now that our YHGP projects are fully set up, and, each of them, currently require like a level of coordination. We wanted to just kind of get like a feel for what our partners, would like to see for the rest of this year, in terms of just, trainings or presentations or speakers or anything like that, just to, help with maximizing like the productivity in these meetings. So with that said, I don't know if anyone, I see Rainbow, your hand is up. Go ahead, Rainbow.
Hi again. Okay, so I was just thinking maybe we could, because upon referrals and CES and stuff like that, I think the reason why we were so confused was that other agencies were also confused. And so maybe the referral process to CES and, the way that we can make referrals and stuff like that, I feel like that would be, even if it is just agency specific or whatever, but I feel like the VI SPDAT referral and all that good stuff and what, like, for example, Aspire could be, a little tedious to refer to for some people because of the, you have to be doc ready and you have to have like bank statements and all that good stuff. So maybe just streamlining referrals, and I know Joshua said it in the comment, like to different TAFE facilities in the area and what we would need as service providers to, submit that to CES. I know that I worked with Storm in Housing Authority for Aspire referrals, and if it weren't for him, I'd probably not, this kid probably wouldn't have been housed. But if we could just maybe get trained on different referral streamlining process for different TAE programs.
Got it.
For sure. I know because I work with, one of our staff, Rachel, the program coordinator, my position, but what she does with that, with Aspire, that is challenging. And again, as you as providers are trying to navigate it, it can definitely be difficult. So I would wholeheartedly get some additional training on streamlining that process. I'm sorry, Gershom, was there anybody else that had an agenda items that they would like to share for our next meeting?
Yeah. If there are no other, recommendations at this time, we will be sending out a Google form later today before end of day, where, we will be asking the same question. And, if you can't think of anything, right now, feel free to, give us some time. I know that we're all probably hungry right now, so give us some time, and, you guys can, provide the responses on that Google form, and, we'll go from there. But yeah, I'll pass it back over to you, Greg.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, with that, next item is on our announcements. If there's anybody that would like to share anything coming up, I think it's going to be an exciting trip again this year in Washington, D.C. in March for our YAB members that are going to be attending that. I know we get to sponsor every year for the last several years, a few of our youth being able to get to go back there and really have their voices heard, and then kind of listen to what our leaders are working on. So that's a fantastic time for them. I know here at CFLC, we're going to be celebrating our 43rd anniversary. We have a gala that's coming up in April. And once the flyers and all of that for it are finalized, I will definitely be putting them out in the in our chat, as well as on the drive for anybody who might be interested in attending the gala. It's a big fundraiser time for us. We actually get to add some more discretionary dollars into our grants so that we can help provide some of these services for the young people that we work with. So I got that one that is coming up on the 11th of April. But again, I will get those flyers sent out as soon as they are readily available.
Greg, just out of curiosity, what's the theme of the gala for this year? And is there going to be another silent auction?
Yeah, silent auction. Yep, those are always popular. This year's theme for it is, if you can imagine, superheroes.
Nice.
So, like Smash, Boom, Bam, Batman, or, Superman, or whoever your superhero is. A theme to we encourage everybody to dress up for it, to make a recognition onto it. But yeah, again, because we are all superheroes in our mind in terms of what we do with the young people in our community. So what better way to kind of celebrate that with them and for them?
Definitely.
But that's the theme this year. Again, we'll be off at Pachanga Resort and Casino in the big ballroom. Dinner and beverages and silent auction and good times. Anybody else? Something does come up please feel free to get it to Gershom or get it to any one of us here, and we will definitely share it out there.
Actually,
that,
if I may,
sure.
I'll just go ahead and share that. First of all, appreciate the invitation and the conversation this morning and the incredible work that's coming out of this collaboration. I just wanted to acknowledge that. We're starting up our spring semester. It'll be I believe it's the 17th of February, the Tuesday after President's Day weekend. A lot of high school students in the area are taking classes, our college classes, through a dual enrollment programs, meaning that they're on site, but certainly, our college is open to anybody who wants to register for courses. And if there are students who are under 18 through just legislation and everything, they are covered as concurrently enrolled students if they wish to enroll independently. And with that also comes the full support of from our food pantry, our Monty's Market. We have mental health and wellness support services, but I also know just, given that we don't have student housing, I know that, our leadership here has worked to establish networks, and I know that many of you have collaborated, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. And just let you know that MVC certainly stands ready as a willing partner, and just want to thank all of you for the great work you're doing.
Thank you very much. Quick question on that, since you brought it up. Is that going to be open to all members in the 5 districts in Riverside County for that?
You mean for concurrent enrollment?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anybody can take a class. What they do is they come and they register. And if they are still in high school, there's paperwork they fill out through admissions and records, and then they're admitted as concurrently enrolled students. And certainly, folks can reach out to me, and I can certainly forward just the process for that. Glad to do that.
That's good. I know I get it here with my local school districts in the valley out here between him and San Jacinto. So with connection to MSJC, since we've got a couple of campuses, but that's fantastic. Anything we can do to help move them forward on the education as well as the occupational side of it. Solutions. Rainbow threw in there that they have some hygiene kits. Those are always welcomed and in need. I've got a bunch of back to school supplies left over from last fall. So I'm just kind of boxed up. If anybody needs that type of stuff, single subject notebooks, pens, pencils, erasers, glue, you name it, I probably got it in a box somewhere. So I might just bring some out with me next month in February in our live meeting. Any other announcements? Good deal. With that, I think we're going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting. I want to thank everybody for making it out with us here today. We're in at 50 minutes here. I think that's a pretty quick time. We had a lot of information that we got to share. So with that, we will close it out. And thank you very much. We'll see y'all in February.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, colleagues. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.